Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Non-League Premier League here with Bath City. After an awful result in the last game against Gateshead, who sat down, I think, in 18th at the time of playing them, we now come up against Scunthorpe, who are one position above our previous opponents who smashed us. This game comes a couple of days after the last game, so to be honest with you, we're going to have a tired squad. It's going to need rotating. I'm annoyed at myself for not playing Beardmore more for what he did at the start of the season. Pete coming back from injury. Windsor's going to start on the right. That's how I'm going to go with it. A rotated lineup, but we need to rotate our team. We need to keep players fresh. If I chuck out a tired team and we lose, I'll just try and blame that. If I play a rotated squad and we lose, I'll blame that. So let's just get straight into this game, see what's going to happen. I believe Scunthorpe play a 4-4-2, which is a similar formation to our previous opponents who beat us 3-0. So let's see what happens here. But I am a bit deflated after that last result. I really thought at the start of the season we could potentially push and win the league. We all know what the playoffs are like. They're horrible. And if you don't win them and you're stuck in this league, it feels like that season you've just had is almost wasted. I don't mind it too much. Another season in this league. Get players like Sweeten and Diot starting more games and really pushing on and developing into the players we know they can and will be. But we all know if you can get promotion first time, that's what you want. It's not a bad start there. I do like Windsor out on that right, cutting in on his left. I think he's better than Alves. I think Alves has been my enemy for some reason during this save. And probably because I didn't play him for the whole of the first season because I went with a five back. I changed that formation and now everyone I play is playing a five back. So part of me wishes I stayed with that, and I think if the results don't change, I will change up the tactic because we are conceding a lot of goals. And Alvin Jones, why didn't you just hoof that clear instead of just letting it roll out for a throw in? But there's a reason he let it go out for a throw in, and that's because of this goal they're about to score. You know, it's like I've read the FM26 playbook, isn't it? Alvin Jones could easily boot out the field, but the game's made sure he hasn't, so this highlight can happen. And it's so obvious. I called it when he was taking the throw in that it was going to be a goal. And no surprise, 1-0 down again. We're going to have to re-look at the tactics. FM26 seems to want you to keep changing them and keep your team fresh. So I'm going to do exactly that. Potentially bring a five back into the play. But there's Mitchy Beardmore. Ever so trustworthy at the start of the season. And I regret not playing him more, to be honest. But when you have the likes of Jenkins, Davies, Windsor and all that fighting for positions in your team, someone gets sacrificed. And sadly, that was Beardmore. But he's the guy I should be trusting, really, to take us forward. He's been brilliant in that cam spot. Him and Afoki at the start of the year, absolutely untouchable. And there's the boy batting to Keto. Keto to Jenkins Davies. Over the top. Easily clear, but hopefully we pick that back up, which we don't. And Scunthorpe keep the ball forward to Larson. Tackle Doe, and that's a ball through by Beardmore again. Orsi had not a lot else on. I'd have been shocked if that went in. But you'll see Beardmore batting in that midfield to win it back, playing the balls through, scoring the goals. If I could have 11 of him, I think we'd actually be flying this season the way he's played. And here's Munoz again. Ball to Henry. Quick 1-2. Windsor intercepts forward to Orsi now. Orsi looks alone up there. And he is, but he's battling for that ball. He keeps it. It's out to Windsor now. Windsor takes on his man. Orsi's driven into the box. Beardmore's in the box. Windsor cuts inside himself. And I said it. I like Windsor from that right-hand side. And that's why him compared to Alves, just when Windsor cuts inside, he seems to go like closer to the byline and he cuts inside in the box. Alves seems to be continuously on the edge of the box shooting, whilst Windsor's driving into that 6-yard box and creating such a better chance for us. And we've really took a hold of this game since going 1-0 down. I didn't take it lightly. I was already thinking, oh, here's another loss. But thankfully my team haven't took it lightly either. And they've really shifted into gear. A few tired players in there. Tilson, White, Windsor. Game's coming thick and fast. But like I said, you've got to keep trying to play the strongest lineup you can. I've learnt that from Arteta. Even if your players are knackered and injured, just keep playing them. But we look like we're going into half-time, 2-1 up. I am going to make some early subs, because originally I was going to rest Tilson. But I decided against that. And I'm going to bring Sweeten in. I'm tempted to take White off as well and just bring Russ in and change the whole midfield. Let's change the Russ and Sweeten positions. And I also want to bring... let's bring a... No, let's leave it as it is and let's see how the second half goes. Orsi's very good. I'm not sure I want to sacrifice him early yet for someone like Dolling or Evoke who might do nothing for us, especially when we're only 1 goal ahead. I feel like Dolling might suit this game with his height and aerial presence. We've really stepped up, took control of this game. I'd like another goal before I'm forced into making more substitutions due to tiredness. Russ now back to Aaron Jones. Ball over the top, picks up Beardmore, flicks back to Windsor again, to Russ. Good ball to Orsi, back to Russ again. He's going to look wide to Aaron Jones. Back to Russ now. Ball over the top to Jenkins Davies. Squares it, that's Orsi again. And that's exactly why I didn't take Orsi off. I'm sure other players would have scored that chance. But the other reason I've not taken him off is you can see now you're tired, Parcel's tired, and also Batten's tired. And that's all my substitutions already used before the 60th minute. At full time, Jenkins Davies and Aaron Jones are going to be absolutely shattered. But that's fine, I'll just be forced to rest them for the next game. Also, I can't believe he's retiring at the end of the year. He's got a goal and an assist in today's game. He has picked up a few goals since joining us. He scored 2 the other week. And it's a position we've been struggling with forever. We thought we cracked it at the start of the year with Evoke. But the fact I had to bring in Orsi mid-season shows that my strikers just weren't performing how I thought they should be. And that's one back, wow. But Beardmore gives it away poorly, which is unlike him. Brown on the ball, plays it back. Along to Ram, who goes out wide to Munoz. The line to Henry, the goal scorer, drills it in. And that's foul to Declan Howe. 15 minutes to go. Scunthorpe have one back. Could there be an upset on the card here? Because we have dominated. Look at that, 15 shots, 9 on target. Scunthorpe 2 shots on target, and both have been goals. Clinical, really. Can we just hold out for these last 10 minutes or so? Casagrande on the ball, he goes long. That's never a good sign because it means the opponents win it back. But it falls to Orsi, which is good. Jenkins Davies to Beardmore now. Here, pick up Orsi. Russ tackled, but Byron steps in, wins it. Orsi tries to play it forward again. But Jenkins Davies intercepted across to Orsi, surely. It's a penalty. That was apparently a foul on Beardmore. Is Beardmore injured? He's not getting back up. He's getting treatment on the pitch. But it's all down to number 8, Jenkins Davies, to put this game to bed. Just past the keeper. I thought he was going to get a hand to it then. He guessed the right way, but he's not managed to keep the ball out. And we'll see on this replay how close that was. Jenkins Davies steps up. He just decides to side foot it, slot it, and it's came off the keeper. Poor goalkeeping there. And here's Peak. Return from injury. Give him some minutes off the bench. See what he can do here. Swings it in on his left. Ball's to Beardmore on the edge. And it's deflected its way through, but that's another goal. And that's Mitchy Beardmore. 2 goals late on. Win us the game. It was a good ball from Peak. The Scunthorpe defence managed to win it. Beardmore takes a couple of touches. Shoots. And I think it came off number 16 there. Deflected it round. Campbell in goal. and gives us a good 3-goal cushion. It doesn't help the fact that we conceded twice from 2 shots on target. But at least we're finishing chances there with Beardmore back in the side. And that really was a good result there. In terms of the league table, we're now only 6 behind Southend. Have they just played? What's just happened to them? There they are. I've just seen their name. There, 2-2 draw with Telford down in 11th. Rochdale. I expect they've won. No, they drew 2-2. 0-0, sorry. So we're now 9 points behind first and 6 points behind second. One positive result. Look what it can do to the league. Windsor has been brilliant. Beardmore absolutely brilliant. And in the next episode, we come up against Solihull Moors, who are there in 7th. So a bit of a stronger opponent than we recently faced. And you'll see recently the games have been thick and fast. Between our last game and this game we've just played was only a couple of days. Only 3 days to our next result. And even before that, only a 3-day gap and a 2-day gap. So things are really speeding up here, hotting up towards the end of the season. If you did enjoy this episode, please do leave a like, please do subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.